live look in New York City, where thousands of 9/11 victims' names are being read aloud. Today marks 18 years since the deadliest attack on U.S. soil.
In Massachusetts, a moment of silence was held this morning at the State House as the flag was lowered and the names of the 206 victims from Massachusetts were read aloud.
In Washington, D.C., President Trump marked a moment of silence on the White House lawn before paying tribute to the victims at the Pentagon. Nearly 3,000 people were killed in the September 11th attacks. Wendy Gillette shows us how the country remembers those we vowed to never forget.
It's a heart-wrenching ritual repeated every year. Family members and first responders return to Ground Zero to remember loved ones lost on September 11th, 2001. Bells mark when the planes hit the Twin Towers and when the buildings fell as the names of the fallen are read.
Timothy Sean Haskell.
Many children speak about parents they never met or got to know.
Andrew, Mom and I miss you very much every day, and we know you're watching over us.
New this year at Ground Zero, a 9/11 memorial glade featuring stacks of granite in tribute to the first responders who became ill or died after being exposed to toxins.
And pray for all those first responders who have or will become ill as a result of their dedication and sacrifice.
Nearly 3,000 people died on this day 18 years ago. And while the neighborhood here in Lower Manhattan has changed so much since then, the love and sense of loss remain the same.
With so many milestones that he's missed, this one is kind of hard.
In Washington, D.C., President Trump attended a ceremony to remember the people who died when a jet slammed into the Pentagon.
The First Lady and I are united with you in grief.
And near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, Vice President Mike Pence paid tribute to the passengers on board United Flight 93. From Pennsylvania to Washington to New York, the refrain is the same: never forget. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
And we would like to acknowledge two dedicated employees from the CBS family who lost their lives on September 11th. Robert Pattison was an engineer at our sister station in New York, WCBS TV. Pattison also worked in Boston. Isaias Rivera was also an engineer working at a transmitter site inside the North Tower. Both men were on the 110th floor. Today, we send our heartfelt condolences to both families.
Good quarter to noon, Pioneers. Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2019. Today is a very significant day in history.
During his presidency, Barack Obama proclaimed today as Patriot Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance.
Remembering, of course, the tragic events that happened on this day 18 years ago.
Before we continue today's show,
let's have a moment of silence for all the fallen victims on this day in history.
And of course, today is Way Back Wednesday.
And in honor of 9/11, we're doing something a little different.
Let's go back this day in 2001.
Stephen?
It's a heart-wrenching ritual repeated every year. Family members and first responders return to Ground Zero to remember loved ones lost on September 11th, 2001. Bells mark when the planes hit the Twin Towers and when the buildings fell as the names of the fallen are read.
Timothy Sean Haskell.
Many children speak about parents they never met or got to know.
Andrew, Mom and I miss you very much every day, and we know you're watching over us.
New this year at Ground Zero, a 9/11 memorial glade featuring stacks of granite in tribute to the first responders who became ill or died after being exposed to toxins.
And pray for all those first responders who have or will become ill as a result of their dedication and sacrifice.
Nearly 3,000 people died on this day 18 years ago. And while the neighborhood here in Lower Manhattan has changed so much since then, the love and sense of loss remain the same.
With so many milestones that he's missed, this one is kind of hard.
In Washington, D.C., President Trump attended a ceremony to remember the people who died when a jet slammed into the Pentagon.
The First Lady and I are united with you in grief.
And near Shanksville, Pennsylvania, Vice President Mike Pence paid tribute to the passengers on board United Flight 93. From Pennsylvania to Washington to New York, the refrain is the same: never forget. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
9/11 was 18 years ago today.
Some of the seniors here aren't even 18 yet.
Which is why it's so important to make sure that we remember and recognize this day year after year.
Today might have been a tragic day, but it brought our nation together in a bond that never been tighter before.
Not only were multitudes of police officers and firefighters responding to the scene, but ordinary civilians just like you and me.
And on behalf of everyone here,
we just want to say thank you. I'm Kaya.
And I'm Mariwa.
And this is the Pioneer Press Never Forget Edition.
Attention all Pioneer athletes.
Boys soccer will be hosting tryouts Tuesday, September 10th through Thursday, September 12th after school, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the JV soccer field located east of campus.
Pio, Spirit Week for homecoming is next week.
Monday is wear sweatpants.
Tuesday is black and or red.
Wednesday is orange and or stripes.
Thursday, bring your blankets.
Friday is wear crowns plus blue.
Hey Pio, speaking of homecoming, it's next Saturday, and you all need to turn in your contracts ASAP.
Please try to make sure to turn it in by Friday. The prices are $20 with ASB, $30 without ASB, and $35 for guests.
Next up, here's promotional TikTok for homecoming and Aladdin Adventure. Steven, roll it.
And on top of all of the fun already at homecoming,
our lovely venue, Call State Fullerton,
has bowling alleys, 2 dance floors,
multiple pool tables, and even free photo booth for you and your friends to take pictures and have loads of fun.
Don't miss out on all of the fun and turn in your contracts today or by Friday.
Wow, I'm so excited. Can't wait to have a blast.
You said it. This is a reminder to all Allied Health Academy members. We have our first after-school meeting today in room 14. Make sure you are joining us or letting Miss Baldridge know if you will not be making it. We are excited to see you after school.
Attention Pios, today we will be having a meeting for JSA in room 16. Since it's a social meeting, we will be bonding with other club members.
It is also safe for everyone.
Please, please, please come out to the meeting in room 16 at lunchtime today, Pios.
Also, pretty please, come check out our Folklorico practice after school today by the basketball courts. If you're planning on performing with Folklorico Club, please make sure that you are wearing comfortable shoes and clothes to dance in. And if you have long hair, please make sure that it is up and out of the way.
Today is also the first meeting for Arab Association Club. They'll be meeting during lunch in room 902. Make sure to drop by and see what they have planned for this year.
Hey freshmen, you know what's coming up this Friday?
It's our ball game event this Friday the 13th. Don't forget to meet up with your Link Crew leader at 6:15 and get your ticket from your Link Crew leader before the game.
If you have any questions, ask your Link Crew leader.
Don't forget to black out for this game, Pios.
Attention, returning softball players and those interested in playing softball.
There will be a meeting this Friday at lunch in the Social Science Lecture Hall.
Come find out team information and tryout dates.
Please see Coach Flores if you have any questions.
In other news, good luck to Western's cross-country team as they will be running today in Golden West League cluster meet at Central Park in Huntington Beach.
Look out for seniors Brittany Morales,
Carolina Bautista,
Jesse Rosas,
and Jonathan Martinez to lead the pack. Newcomers to look for the freshmen
Brian Bowie
and Arturo Gomez.
Good luck and go Big Blue.
Pios, remember that the bell game is this Friday.
Make sure you black out to show your Pioneer pride.
Tailgating will be from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. before the game.
Here's a video sent in our very own Western football team.
Steven, roll it.
Everybody wanna be a winner, but do you really wanna put in the work? Gotta work hard like, oh my God, and you can't stop till it hurt. Everybody say no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. More tears in the rain. Keep forging ahead until you dead. Until the generation do the same. Everybody say nah, 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 nah. Hey yo, hey yo, nah, 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 nah. Yeah, let's give it to them till they can't take no more. Stare you in your face. Tell me what you're gonna do. Are you gonna let them take away all your dreams or fight like champions do? Don't complain or cry. You better hold your head up high. And get back in the fight. You can lose your life. I can see the fire in your eyes. Let me just say, nah, 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 nah. Hey, yo, hey, yo, nah, nah.
Thank you, football, for sending that in.
And that's all we have for today, Payos.
If you want to be featured as a way back, throwback, or flashback,
or if you'd like to give a Payo out to a club,
sport,
athlete,
scholar,
friend,
or a teacher, please let us know.
And we hate to see you go, so make sure you give us a follow on all your favorite social media platforms at The Payo Press.
Keep hashtagging your photos using @ThePayoPress.
And before we go, we'd ask you to remember and salute all the firefighters,
police officers,
first responders,
and fellow civilians,
and everyone else who helped out on this day not so long ago.
We want to give a huge shout out to JROTC for providing the flag for today's broadcast.
Have a welcoming,
warming,
wondrous,
wild
Wednesday,
and
we'll see you on Thursday. Press on Payos.
To you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and